Good morning, students. In today's session, we are going to discuss in detail survey research method, which is a very important type of research, survey research. And maybe you are familiar with the word survey. What is survey? What is what do you understand by this term? You might have heard this word several times on TV channels, in newspapers, or in general conversations that survey is being conducted to know such and such thing, like newspaper circulation or which newspaper is popular, which magazine is popular, uh, which product is popular, or even election results. Even election results. Surveys are conducted to know which party is going to be the winner, or through opinion polls. People's opinion are sought. So surveys are conducted to know opinions, behaviors, attitudes of a group of people. Let's start survey research. So it is one of the most important areas of research tools in the field of applied social science is the survey research. One of the most important areas of research tools in the field of applied social science is the survey research. Most relevant techniques basically used for collecting data and involves any measurement procedure that prominently include asking questions from respondents. It includes asking questions from respondents or subjects selected for our research work, for our research study. So the term survey can be defined as a process which may involve an investigation, examination, or assessment in the form of a short paper and pencil feedback from form to intensive one-on-one in-depth interview with the help of the questionnaire or other statistical tools. The method tries to gather data about people, their opinions, their thoughts, their behaviors, their attitudes. So, concept and meaning of survey research. The method of survey research is a non-experimental, non-experimental, which does not involve any observation under controlled conditions. So, no manipulation or observation under controlled condition. So, this method, the method of survey research is a non-experimental descriptive method, which is one of the quantitative method used for studying of large sample. In a survey research, the researcher collects data with the help of standardized questionnaires or interviews, which is administered on a sample of respondents from a population. Population is sometimes referred as universe of a study on which we are conducting our study, our universe, population, which can be defined as a collection of people or object which possesses at least one common characteristic. The method of survey research is one of the techniques of applied social research which can be helpful in collection of data both through direct, means face-to-face interview, face-to-face interaction, and face-to-face communication, or it may be indirect observation such as opinion or library services of an institute, like you see Opinion polls are conducted. What do you think about this? What do you think about NEP 2020 being implemented? So such type of things are known with the help of survey research methods by conducting opinion polls. What is your opinion about this thing? What is what students think about a particular teaching method, whether it works for them or not? So we will ask at least we will ask 40, 50 or even 20 students whether it works for you or not. Then we can generalize it on a larger population. Means we can generalize it for 50 students, 80 students by taking appropriate sample size. So survey research in social sciences involves systematic gathering of data from individuals or groups through standardized questionnaires or interviews. This method aims to quantify attitudes, your attitude towards something, your attitude towards a particular or a specific teaching method, your attitude towards scientific concepts, mathematical things, reasoning, your attitude towards music, learning through music or with the help of musical instrument. Your behaviors are studied. How a children react in a particular situation. Why children do this. So these things or their behaviors are also studied with the help of survey research methods. Their opinions are sought. What do you think? What is your opinion? What can be done to improve these things? Their preferences, their choices are sought. Surveys offer researcher a way to generalize findings to a larger population, enhancing understanding of societal phenomena and informing policy decision. So, by employing rigorous sampling techniques and data analysis, survey research ensures reliability and validity, making it a foundational tool for studying human behavior and societal dynamics in disciplines such as sociology, psychology, economics, and political science. It is a methodological approach used in social sciences and other fields to systematically collect and analyze information from a sample of individuals or groups. It involves the administration of structured questionnaires or interviews to gather data on people's attitudes, behaviors, opinions, their choices, their preferences, their ideas, their beliefs, or characteristics of interest. Steps involved in conducting survey research or components of survey research. So let's start with step 1. Determination of the aims and objectives of study. The researcher must at the outset analyze and assess the relevant areas or issues which needs to be studied. So first of all, we need to select relevant area or issue which needs to be studied. It should be relevant. Once the research area is selected by the researcher, the basic objectives and aims have to be clearly specified. They need to be defined clearly. So these have to be focused and analyzed so as to make the purpose of research complete, relevant, and understandable. So the researcher have to come up with the basic aims and objectives which would be focused and analyzed in overall research work, in overall research process. So you need to define your area or issues, aims and objectives of your study very carefully. Next thing that you will do is to define the population to be studied, your population, where you are going to study. After selecting the theme of your research or area of your research, the researcher also needs to define the target population which would be studied by him or her. The population or universe would be a collection of people or objects that would possess at least one common characteristic, which is going to be helpful and which would also provide direction in the process of conducting the research. If you are working on or if you are taking 100 people for a research work as your population, then they need to have one common characteristic, like they are Hindi speaking people, or they are from Muradabad, or they are from other city. So they should have or they should share at least one common characteristic. Step 3, design and construct a survey. Once the target population is defined by the researcher, he or she needs to design a survey research. Next thing that you will do is to design your work. On the basis of the frame redesign, the researcher decides to conduct a survey, selects instrument for survey. For example, telephonic interview, face-to-face interaction, or a questionnaire, with the help of which data will be connected. After the selection of the instrument, the researcher conducts a pilot study, small survey taken in advance of a major investigation or research work. The pilot study helps the researcher to analyze the significance and relevance of the instrument selected by the researcher for their research work. Next, a researcher will select a representative sample size from entire population or his target population. He will select his appropriate sample. The process of construction of the survey instrument gives a way to the selection of the sample from the target population of which is going to be studied by the researcher. The researcher selects a sample which represents nearly maximum characteristic of the whole universe or your population. If the sample selected is a good representation of the population, then the results or findings of the survey conducted on the sample can be easily generalized on the population as a whole. So, how you will select your representative sample? You will select it very carefully, which represents nearly maximum or common characteristics of the whole universe or your target population. So, if the sample selected is the good representation of the population, then the results or findings of the survey conducted on the sample can be easily generalized on the population as a whole. Now, next step is to administer the survey or start your work. After the selection of the appropriate sample size, the researcher conducts the survey by administering it the survey instrument or tool in the selected sample. This step helps in the collection of the required data or information from the sample. Analyze and interpret the findings of the survey. Important step is to analyze the data collected and findings of the survey, to interpret data and to analyze data and interpret the findings of the survey. Once the data has been collected by the researcher, he or she analyzes the data with the help of required statistical tools which he has already selected, and then interprets the findings on the basis of the information gathered. This step involves several processes such as coding the data and then processing it. Next, types of surveys. There are three types of surveys. Cross-sectional surveys. These surveys collect data at a single point in time, providing a snapshot of attitudes or behaviors within the population. They are useful for studying prevalence or distribution of characteristics. Next is longitudinal surveys. Longitudinal surveys gather data from the same sample over multiple times to examine changes or trends in attitudes. Remember this thing, this is very important. It is data is gathered from the same sample over multiple times to examine changes or trends in their attitudes, behaviors, or outcomes. They provide insights into cause and effect relationship over time, how it affected a particular process, a particular trend, and how it changed with that. So it needs to be studied over the same sample and through multiple time to examine changes or trends in attitudes, behavior, or conducted outcomes. Next, panel surveys. Panel surveys involve repeatedly surveying the same individuals or households at regular intervals. It allows researchers to track changes within the same sample, offering insight into individual level dynamics. Methods. Let's talk about in brief methods or instrument used in collecting data through survey research. Surveys should be designed in such a way that helps in making accurate decisions. Predominantly, there are three major ways which can be used as an instrument in collecting data with the help of survey research. So, they are as follows. Sampling. First is sampling. A sample is a representation of the population or target for your target population or your universe, and selected which was selected for your study. So techniques of sampling can be in itself act as an instrument in collecting data in survey research. For example, if the researcher wants to study the level of job satisfaction, which is often studied, job satisfaction among employees, whether they are satisfied with it or not. So job satisfaction is one of the things that can be studied. So researcher wants to study the level of job satisfaction amongst the employees of an organization or some college or university. Then the researcher can select and study the attitude of at least 10 persons of each department of the organization. So, in order to avoid any kind of bias, sampling can be done with the help of randomization. Randomly, we will select our sample randomly. A method of which is a method of sampling which provides an equal chance for any person or for any subject to be included in this study or in our work, which can be done with the help of lottery method or stratification. Number two, questionnaire. Questionnaires are basically a kind of paper, pencil, and multiple choice test in which the individual needs to select the most suitable alternative. The researcher may collect data with the help of a questionnaire from a large number of samples at a single time. Questionnaires can be administered to the sample in three ways. First, we can mail them to know their opinion. Like if I delivered some guest lecture or did something new, tried something new, I can know it through by sending them a mail to know their opinion, or then group administered questionnaire, household drop off survey. So mail. Researcher may forward a soft copy of the questionnaire like you see Google Forms. What do you think? What is your feedback? So they are like that. Researcher may forward a soft copy of the questionnaire to a large number of respondents through mail and can get the data collected from them at a single time. So it is one of the relatively inexpensive, less time consuming and convenient method of getting information or responses from respondents. Group administered questionnaire, one of the traditional methods of administering questionnaires. Selected researcher calls for a large number of respondents and to be present at a stipulated time. Under such group settings, the respondents are asked to respond to a structured sequence of questions written in a paper or in a form of questionnaire. And through this, information is gathered by getting their responses back. Household drop-off survey. What is it? Researcher goes door to door, like you often see for products. Salesmen come to your door to know whether it is working or not, what is your choice, whether you prefer it or not, whether you want to buy this product or not. So this type. Researcher goes door to door to the respondents and personally hands over as well as collects the questionnaire from them. It is a kind of pick and drop facility which is provided by the researcher so the researcher can answer the questions according to their convenience. Interview. What is interview? Interviewer asks some questions to the person who is being interviewed to ask to know their opinions, to know their views. So it is a kind of face-to-face interaction which helps in providing more honest answers and responses from our sample. As the interviewer, who is interviewer, person who is interviewing, the researcher works directly with the respondent or the interviewee, one who is being interviewed. So, interviewer has an opportunity to ask follow-up questions. You see interviews on TV channels and you might have noticed interviewer asks questions and then there are follow-up questions also. They are the best suitable methods for those questions which require opinion or impression from the respondents. Even interviews can be of different types. Like one is structured interview. So, structured interviews are those interviews in which the questions that are to be asked from the respondents are prepared and pre-planned in advance by the researcher. The researcher imposes those pre-planned questions on the respondents see, in a system serially and notes down the answers given by the respondents. Next, unstructured interview. Interviews are said to be unstructured when the researcher conducts an interaction with the respondent in an informal atmosphere. In an informal atmosphere, nothing is pre-planned. So interaction takes place, but nothing pre-planned as it goes by. Spontaneously, things go on spontaneously. The response of the sample gives a clue to the researcher or asks the next questions. Telephonic interview. In order to save time and money, researcher may call the subject or sample through telephone call and ask them questions to collect data. Two, three, four, any questions, number of questions can be asked. So this method helps in saving time and energy, but the sample gets limited to only the part of the population who have the facility of telephones, which is more. Most of us have telephones or mobile phones through which telephonic interviews are conducted. You might have received such calls to know your opinion about telephone services, internet services, or other type of services, whether you are satisfied or not. Feedbacks are asked. Now we can talk about some precautions while designing instruments for our research. Precautions while designing instruments to conduct survey research. Items or the questions of the instruments should be specific, clear, relevant, and short. It should not be vague, it should not be ambiguous. So, clear, specific, relevant, and short questions which can be understood easily by the respondents. The respondents of the research should also be capable enough to answer the questions. The researcher should have full empathy with the respondents and should avoid those questions which might have a negative impact on the response. Such things should not be asked by the respondents so that they feel comfortable and they can feel free to answer things. The researcher should also avoid any kind of bias either towards the question or towards the respondents of the questions. And the last thing, it should not be too lengthy. So, before concluding, let's sum up again. The method of survey research holds a very significant position in the area of applied research. The steps involved in conducting survey research, types of survey research, and explain each of them in detail. What are the different ways in which questions should be asked in a survey and how to avoid bias should be done very carefully while conducting your survey research. Precautions should be taken while designing instruments and the advantages or and disadvantages of survey research. Methods and kinds of survey research that are the most common and are frequently used by a number of research scholars. So it is very convenient and popular method of research. So the process of constructing of the survey research is very significant and important, which determines the extent to which the research would be successful. So let's end this topic here. In our next session, we will other ex post facto research.